Yeah, hello and welcome back to the Flutter application development with Flutter. In the previous video, we looked at the installation and how to set up your what's it called, your Flutter for Windows. Now it works almost the same way with iOS. I'll also refer you to documentations on where you can install for Apple Mac systems if you are interested in anyone using the Mac system. So some in the previous video, I it came to my notice that I forgot to mention something. Yeah. So if you see this error on your code that says run Flutter doctor Android licenses to accept. So all you just have to type is if you're having this Android license status unknown issue, if you're having this Android status license unknown issue, you just have to type in Flutter doctor space hyphen. You see it on the screen, Android licenses to accept the SDK. Then once you've done that, you just have to start clicking Y. It's going to ask you to type Y or N. So you click Y, you can read through if you want. And once you did like 2 3 times, you can now run your Flutter Doctor again, and all the errors are they would be missing. They would be available. Like you won't have this error. That's what I'm trying to say. So please do that if you are seeing this kind of issue when trying to install Flutter. Yeah. So I said let me bring it to your notice. So I'll just tick that off on my screen. So now for those people who are having low system requirements, PC requirements, maybe you're having issue installing these stuff and you want to get started with the class, you want to kickstart the class without having to waste any time. The best thing you can do is just come to a website called so let me um so there's a website online that you can use to run Flutter. It's called flutlab.io. So it's basically what you could use to work with Flutter. So once you come to flutlab.io, yeah, so you can create an account. We have different pricing, but you'd want to go for the free one. So you'd want to go for the free one. So you can click on sign in. So you can continue with your Google account if you have a Google account or whatsoever. So you just try to log in. And if you don't want to log in, you can just click on get started to start using it. So it's going to skip all the installation and you want something, maybe you're going to get a system next time or you don't have a system or the requirements of your system is way below what it is expected. So you can just come to flutlab.io. Basically, these are the things, this is one of the things we're going to be using to make work easier and faster for whoever has a low PC requirement. As for the installation, the videos are going to be available. It's in the previous videos for you to use and work with. So just visit fortlab.io, try to create an account so that you can be able to keep track of every stuff that you are doing for this class. So in the next video, we'll be looking at the introduction to that. And before we do that, I want you to prepare your mind that for the that basics, we're going to be learning some introduction, some basics, basic concepts in that, and we're going to be using an online IDE also. So, or you can actually use your Flutter that is installed. Anyone is fine, but I'd prefer you use your IDE for the that introduction. So for you to use the IDE, you just type on that pad. So you type on that, you search for datpad.dev, and this is what we're going to be using to learn what are they calling it? To learn that. So that is a programming language that Flutter is built on. So I want to understand we want to understand the basic concept of that before we now start having to go in depth into Flutter. So you can run this with your Flutter, but it's preferable for the basics of this class. You're going to be using the datpad.dev. And also, I'll be teaching you how to, install that on your system because that is already installed on your system if you follow the class. So that is installed on the system. So we'll be showing you how to, or what's it called, to use that to run your codes in your browser. So as long as you have what's it called? As long as you have Flutter installed, you follow the installation to Flutter, you should be able to run that. So let me just try that method if it's going to work. So let me you know what, let me just close this, and I'm going to come back in here, documents. So I'm going to come to app development. I'm going to create a new I'll create a new folder, and I'll call it that class. So I'm going to open this with code. Yeah. So I'll copy all of these just to show you that you can use this with so I'm going to create a new file, and let me just call it hello world dot dat. So that's the extension. That's the extension for that. So I'm going to paste it here. I'm supposed to install something hot. I'm going to import something. This is a import that I think IO. So once you've done that, I can now come to my terminal just to check if it's going to work. So I'm having a kind of but so I'm going to say that's the name of the command. Hello. I think I made a mistake with my spelling, so let me just rename this WORLD. Yeah. So hello world dot dat, and as you can see, it's running. So if you installed your it's not actually compulsory to have this here, but we're still going to come talking about that. So if you have Flutter installed, definitely your dat is going to work. So the command is dat, then the name of the file you wanted to run, to hello dat. So if you have Flutter installed, it's fine. This is going to work. But if Flutter is not installed and you want to go on with the class, it's preferable for you to come to the dat pad, and just whatever classes, basics of that we're going to do, would be doing it here. So if I let me just try and run this now. I think I have to reload the screen. Let me just reload. Let me just run. Okay, let's wait a little. So I think it's kind of a network problem. It should work. So as you can see, we have hello 1, hello 2, hello 3, hello 4. So just to print in the hello word, so we use the print. That's a function. Then we'll type in hello world, and don't forget to put a semicolon, and we're going to run this. So do not worry. I'm just showing you how we're going to be running our code, just in case for the next class. All of these I'm going to explain what they mean. It's not actually a start to anything. It's just to show you how to run that separately. So what we did here was running that separately, and what we did on the other side was running that in the browser. That's using the dat.pad. And that's all for this particular stuff. I'm going to be teaching you how to set up your emulator on your personal device. So if you have any Android device, you could set up your emulator there. So you can see my device. I'm mirroring my device on the screen, and anything I'm going to do here is going to work for you here. So what you want to do now is you want to go to the settings. You want to look for what's it called? You want to look for you need to turn your device. You need to turn on your developers option in your device. So if you don't know how to look for this, just come and search in here and just type on build number. So once you search for build number, what you want to do is, once the search is complete, you want to click on the build number, about phone software, and you want to double tap this. So it says developer mode already turned on. So once you've turned this on, you can go back to your settings and go below and look for developers option. Make sure you've turned on developers option, and we're going to go down and we're going to look for USB debugging. So once you have USB debugging turned on, so we can go back and we come to our Android, our VS Code, and we're going to click on start debugging. So once you click on start debugging, it's going to ask, as you can see, it's going to select, it's going to automatically detect your device, and it's going to start building the application inside it. So it says it's launching main.dat on SMG965U. So you just wait a little bit, and once the process is done, you're going to have it installed on your mobile device. So it shouldn't take so much time to. So we have it installed on, like, launched on our mobile device. So this is my Samsung device. So if I click on here, you can see it. So this is it, the settings page. I can go back, I can go to the home page. So you can see I am operating it from my device itself, the home page, the back page. And that is that for that. Yeah. So